Interested in Quantum Break but want to know a little bit more about what time powers you'll get your hands on? Well, I'm here to give you a rundown of each time power and a few tips on how and when to use them. Rather than having everything thrown at you at once, you learn each time power as you make your way through the story, and Jack learns about his abilities, often by accident. You can only use the first few powers in the first act, even when replaying them, so to stop players being completely overpowered, each time power also has a cooldown period, shown by the circles around each power icon on the side, as using them uses chronon energy. However, to give you a slightly better chance in harder fights later in the game, or if you want to replay a level at a higher difficulty, you have the option of upgrading each power with chronon sources, which you find scattered around the game world. So, let's have a look.
What the hell?
Time vision allows you to see where in time your enemies are, basically giving you their locations as well as the locations of things important to the story's timeline, such as laptops with confidential emails or bad movie scripts. It can also show if there are echoes in the area or objects in the environment that Jack can rewind to a previous state. So if the icon starts to flash yellow, you know there's something nearby. Use this wherever you can, as you never know what you might find or where enemies might be next. There's no limit to how often you use time vision, but it stops once Jack starts moving away from where it's activated, and it only reveals things for a few seconds. It's also vital to use if you want to upgrade your time powers. If you feel your controller vibrating in a quiet area, tap Y immediately, as you may just be near a chronon source. Their glow and sci-fi beeps will only be fully revealed using time vision. You can upgrade time vision with active pulse, making it activate when using later powers time dodge and time rush, something I found hugely useful in fights, increased threat detection, increasing the time enemies are revealed, and increased range, increasing the distance it scans. Time stop allows you to shoot a bubble of time at your enemies, trapping them inside it and preventing them from dealing you more damage. Shoot at it to stack up a pile of bullets that will hit them as soon as the bubble collapses for a very satisfying effect. You can use it 2 times before your chronon energy circle must begin to recharge, although once you have enough energy for one, you can use it. Upgrades include increased strength, so it takes more bullets before collapsing, increased size, and extra activation, allowing Jack to launch 3 time stops before running out of chronon energy. Time dodge can help Jack move a few feet in less than a split second. This is excellent for getting out of the way of grenades and bullets and getting up close and personal with Monarch soldiers. If you dodge into an enemy, they'll be launched backwards off their feet, allowing you to get some great shots in, and it's also highly useful for flanking enemies. Dodge to where they're not looking and you can shoot them down before they even know what's hit them. Like time stop, you can use time dodge 2 times before your chronon energy circle runs out. Upgrades to time dodge include extra activation, allowing 3 uses before your chronon energy drains, and increased focus and maximum focus, which both increase the duration of time focus. Time focus is not a power that can be used on its own, but is triggered after using time dodge or time rush. Hold down aim and time will temporarily slow down, allowing you to line up a nice shot or 2 on an enemy. I knew Remedy would sneak in bullet time somewhere. Time shield helps give you a breather when you're under attack, stopping bullets and pushing enemies away from you, often off their feet. If you find yourself in a tight spot, use this to give Jack space and time to heal up. Once activated, the shield stays up for a few seconds until the chronon energy circle depletes, and you'll have to wait for it to recharge to at least 1/3 until you can use it again, where it stays up only until the circle depletes once again. Upgrades include recovery, which speeds up healing, slow time, which slows down time further around Jack whilst the shield is active, and increased power, which increases the time and radius of the shield. Time Blast is for those of you who want to blow up your enemies into tiny smithereens. You first learn it in Act 2 after Jack gets a little annoyed at some Monarch dudes, and it's very satisfying. Out of all the time powers, this is the only purely offensive ability and the one you can use the least. One blast and your chronon energy immediately depletes. It takes a while to recharge too, so save it for special occasions, usually when some big dude is heading towards you with a light machine gun. Upgrades to Time Blast include the fairly self-explanatory increased blast radius and reduced cooldown. Time Rush is the last power you'll learn, and it allows you to run for a prolonged period of time. It's perfect for flanking your enemies and getting behind suited up Monarch minions to take out those chronon packs on their backs. Also, if you get near to an enemy, you have the option to press B to blink into existence in front of them and take them down with a melee attack, usually a swift punch to the face. Ooh, satisfying. Time Rush lasts for as long as you hold down LB and ends once the chronon energy circle empties. You can't use Time Rush again until it refills to at least a third, so make sure you have enough chronon energy to get to an enemy, or you won't have enough for a takedown and you'll have to think fast. Upgrades include increased focus for more time focus after use, and multi-takedown, which reduces the energy drained for takedowns. And finally, some quick combo tips to help get you started. Now, whilst cooldowns prevent you from spamming your time powers, you can make the most of them by stringing them together for some sick combos. Seriously, it feels amazing freezing enemies with time stop and stacking some bullets before time dodging into another guy and using time focus to shotgun him in the face. If you're surrounded and low on health, I recommend using time shield to heal, and just before it ends, using time dodge or time dash to make them lose track of you and flank them. And in terms of upgrades, before you've worked out your favorite powers and playstyle, I recommend sinking your first points into active pulse, increased focus, and recovery. Being able to see where your enemies are as you dodge around without having to press an extra button and having a tiny bit more time to then take them out in slow-mo is really helpful. And a time shield that heals you up fast is vital for when you find yourself in a sticky situation. So there's some info on Jack Joyce's time powers. What ones are you most looking forward to using? Let us know in the comments, give us a thumbs up if you found this video useful, and subscribe for way more Quantum Break info. Bye!